The dirty secret is that good partners are hard to find, but boy, are they invaluable when you find one.
Boy, is that true, Adam. That is, out of all the truisms that we've uttered over the airwaves here, that's probably one of the most significant ones. If you can find a good partner, there's nothing better. And fortunately, in my business career, I've had good partners just about every time, and I've been in many, many deals and many different situations. And I consider that, since it's Thanksgiving time again, I consider that a real blessing, including you, my good friend Adam, who has been my partner here with our business ventures for over 15 years. And we do good. We do very well together. And as we get into this a little more, we'll talk about where you find good partners.
Right. Yeah, we were always surprised when we first started coaching. If you talk to a small business owner, almost I would say probably 7 or 8 out of 10 have had experience with partners in some form or fashion, and it seems like the vast majority of them have had some negative experiences. And we're always surprised. I mean, it's to the point where they've had experiences that have been bad, and they've kind of now sworn off partnerships. And we try to make a little analogy from the standpoint of, okay, well, when it's like dating in the personal world. So if all of a sudden you're dating and things don't go so well, it doesn't mean you now swear off dating or potentially getting married to somebody. Just that relationship didn't work out. It doesn't mean that partnerships or dating or having a significant other doesn't make sense. It just means you may have picked the wrong one. And that's the same thing is true for business. And so finding those good partners, and so finding them, and then if you do find them, hold on to them, because a good partnership, you have 2 good people like that, or 3 good people, if you have multiple partners like that, can beat any one individual, guaranteed, because there's so much more that those folks bring to the table. And it's going to enable you, if you find the right kind of partner where you aren't too similar, you got to complement each other, be a little different, because you can then play to your strengths, which makes it fantastic for that partnership.
That's right. A good partner will take the stress away, much of the stress that business can entail, and it increases the likelihood that you're going to be successful, however you define it. There are many ways to define success, but the creating and reaching the mission and aims of your partnership are enhanced tremendously with a good partner. And when I talk about stress, when I talk about delivering value, we have in our coaching process 2-on-1. That means both of us, Adam and I, both deal with every client together. So I can watch while he's talking, vice versa. We can bring and interpret opinions. I might have the flu, or he might, or feel like something's coming down here and not feeling on the A game. We pick each other up. And not only does that deliver tremendous consistent value, but it also makes life so much easier. Because then after the client leaves, we chat about him and her, and life in the coaching lane certainly becomes much easier.
Right. So finding those good partners, often I think people tend to look in the wrong place for those partners. And we've had all kinds of experience with this over the years. And usually one of the places people look that isn't necessarily the best place to look, and it was I don't want to say it was probably more surprising for me personally, because this was true for me growing up, where my parents were partners in a business. And so we've had lots of spouses who are partners in business, and it doesn't work out very often. Sometimes
it doesn't
work
out well, that's for sure. Yeah.
And it becomes tough because often, one of the key successes that my parents had was they were able to take and leave work stuff at work and kind of have separate, at least in their mind, kind of divide things out between home and work.
Such an exception that is.
Yeah.
So rare. 10%?
Oh yeah, and when we had a client early on, and it was a husband and wife team, and boy, they would come in and the wife would be yelling at the husband about things that happened 3 or 4 years ago, top of her lungs. It was all personal stuff.
Really vein splitting looks. I mean, right. Screaming. We don't stay there too long, but I remember that one very well.
Well, it was a daily, multiple times a day occurrence, and some of the other team members would tell us about it. Again, they weren't telling us about it. It was the rest of their team telling us about it. How awkward, how uncomfortable it is to listen to the owners yelling to each other about stuff that has nothing to do with the business. It creates all the wrong tone and tenor. It's a very, very common occurrence, and especially true for family. I'm picking on spouses as one example, but when you've got siblings or if you've got parents and kids together, often it can be very difficult to draw those lines, or to, when you come into the business, to see each other as partners, not necessarily seeing them as, again, as a spouse or a brother or a sister or a son or a daughter or a parent. And so you've got to get rid of those things.
Well, you handle it. I mean, you don't handle it well. You take the problems that you might be having in your business on Wednesday, and now while you're sitting down at Thanksgiving dinner, and those same feelings and those same issues are still boiling if they're problematic, and often they are. And if there's money issues in the company, which often it is with a small business, those problems just manifest themselves tremendously when you meet personally.
Right.
And that's why, to your point, Adam, most small business owners are going to start with family. Hey, my brother, we've been talking about this for 10 years. Finally, there's an opportunity to do it. And the lack of knowledge, the lack of objectivity, the lack of differences in experience are what dooms these. It's not the best place to start to find a partner. So where is the best place to find a partner? Well, in our case, we've been together for 15 years. How about a caddy at a
golf
country
course?
Club?
Or how about picking somebody from your that's a sworn enemy? Like our high schools are total opposite. Or Ohio State, Michigan, going back. There's different things that you try to look in different places where you try to be very objective about things.
There's no one best place. So much of this is instinct and a lot of luck. I mean, there really is a lot of luck in the case. And I've had a lot of good partners. And you have to be able to compromise. You have to be able to see a certain personality, a certain value system, and you can pick that up when you chat with somebody over a few months' time. You kind of know what you're getting, and if you take a jump because you let the deal itself drive you, and you're all enthusiastic and you can't wait, or somebody waves a check, or there's a big order or something you got to do to jumpstart this thing, and abandon all those good instinctive qualities, that's where you get in trouble. And there's a lot of luck. Believe me, there's a lot of luck in choosing a good partner.
There is, and we're not saying to not choose family. Just be more diligent about that. Maybe even than somebody who's not a family member, to be able to try to figure out, is that the right fit for you? Because at the end of the day, partners are fantastic for a couple of reasons. One is, when you have some burdens or tough times, they can help shoulder that with you and help to take that heavy rock and help to alleviate some of that weight, which is a big deal. And then when it comes to having very positive times and celebrations, it becomes exponential having a partner like that as well. So
correct.
Good partners, if you get one, hold on to them. All right, stay tuned. We come back.